Hi, team. Well, super excited that you guys will be joining the session tomorrow. I just wanted to make this video to show what the tool actually looks like. So let's say that my also a little bit of recap. My project basically started by saying, okay, at BMI we have a lot of data that we don't fully leverage. And of course it's super, like sometimes it is difficult to find the data because of the structure of the database, and of course the way that we're saving documents, etc. But this has an effect on the amount of creativity that we can have in our double loop process. So understand, ideate, prototype, and validation process. This tool is mainly targeted at understand and ideate, and I will show you why. So this tool is now the interface is how the database of BMI will ideally look like for the internal use. So for BDs to find the content, you could potentially just search for content yourself or look at ongoing projects and check the content that they have used up to now or they're using, or start a new project. And that's what we'll be doing today. So in case we start a new project, then the database will ask us, what is the client's name? This is a fictitious name, Topos. This is also a fictitious name for the project, Philadelphia. Then next, the database would ask you which industry are they in. In this case, I've made the prototype work for healthcare, but it could also be, for instance, here in the pro tip that you want to select other industries because you want to get inspired by other examples. Then afterwards, the database would also ask you for which business model shift would they like to make. And again, there's also the option to select multiple. Now it's only made for physical to digital. But then if you select multiple, then of course, it could be that maybe Topos not only wants to go digital, but maybe they want to go to services, for instance, or circular. And the more you click, obviously, the more inspiration you will get from other types of shifts. Could be that maybe there's a shift is not necessarily relevant for this project, so you would click on this one. Any topic in particular, this relates to, of course, getting questions by the BD team or by clients themselves saying, hey, do we have an example of another company in the healthcare industry that have applied artificial intelligence in their business model? In this case, again, the prototype has been made for app-driven, but it could be that you select several of these to get as much inspiration as possible. And then the question for you as a BD would be, how out of the comfort zone do they want to go? So this also very differs by client to client. So let's say that Topos wants to go to the moon. Now the database would curate the latest data available. And here as a BD, you'll find content available for the understand phase and for ideate. So for understand, it's mainly that you can find as much information, as much relevant information as possible based on the filter you have selected. And for the ideate phase, it would be for what we're doing today. So it would be actually for getting relevant content for the client for an ideation phase. So this would be what we are doing today, a design meeting, where we basically sort of like brainstorm about which examples, which type of what if questions, what type of how or what questions do we want to ask the client. And this would also be fueled or driven by the examples that we already have at BMI. So for instance, well, now you would click on night feed, and then with these elements, you could start a new project. And this would be sort of like fed to the project of Topos and Philadelphia that we said at the beginning. So this will be the tool. And the reason why I'm making this video is because the tool has been validated by interviews already several times. And the actual purpose of the session tomorrow, or today, if you're watching it tomorrow, is that I want to validate if the content, how helpful the content that you just saw in the previous interface is for you. So does the tool help you to come up with more creative ideas, etc.? But anyway, so that's something that we would look at tomorrow, and that we can discuss towards the end of the session. Hope this has been helpful for you guys, and looking forward to having the session tomorrow. Bye. Thank you.